Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And here we go from Toronto. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Throwing to start this game. Short pass brought in. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Pass play on 1st and 10. And this throw is knocked away, incomplete. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? And it sets up 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to throw now. He's got Devontae Smith. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And that one's caught along the left sideline. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And they're going to have a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 18, right here. 70, 70. Go.
Working inside the red zone. Catch is made in close. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Runs it in for the touchdown. The Black Knights take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. So that right there, exactly what you're looking for in the opening drive of a game.
And these opening drives are tone setters. You come out flat, maybe you go 3 and out. Sometimes there's a carryover effect, Kate, but here, they were sharp, they were crisp, and they grabbed the early lead.
And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready?
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Go, Reed. Set.
They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5. He'll throw it. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
He's got it in the red zone. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown! The Blues finish off their opening drive. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown. Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do. Jake Moody on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Blues start off well to tie things 7-7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it'll give him a 1st down. You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive. Back now, pressure on its way. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field. Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's not loose. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here. Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they've got to be looking to one another. Hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Right up the gut. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option: run it and buy whatever breathing room you can. Another carry for him. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll be a 1st down. Back to the well again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker. From the 22 on 2nd down. Forced out to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away. third down from the gun. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. The Blues out to get a boot into this one. And this is the first time he's been called on today. This is taken at the 44. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. That goes as a punt of 43 yards. And they'll have a short field in front of them as they take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Throwing it to start this drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Tight end reels in the shallow throw.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Looking for a throw here. Hits his running back. And he has it down to the 30 before going out. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st. Pass play now. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He has the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one splits the uprights. And the Black Knights take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. They'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Check. Go check.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. Caleb Evans has it. And the Black Knights will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Complete out to the right side. Oh, he loses the football. Scooped up by the defense.
And that is the definition of an impact play from the defense. Everything been going poorly for them, right? They're poised to surrender some big yardage, but one big hit changed all of it and creates a big play on their side instead.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
They send a man in motion. He's on the move. The pressure's there, and it closes in on him. He's dropped for the sack, and that is what should bring us to the end of this opening quarter. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They have 3rd down and 8. Allen on the catch. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards.
Brought in inside the 20. And that is a touchdown. The Blues can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. From his own end zone, here we go. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. He's going to throw this one. Fits it through the middle. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Now looking to throw. Another turnover. This time it's an interception. And the Blues are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is clean, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Dumped off to his running back. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On first down, they'll run. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Back to throw. Catch made by Allen. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
A handoff for Robinson, running right. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Bronco switch.
There's a give up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Robinson on the inside give. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down could be so demoralizing to that defense.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. He's got it over the middle. Doesn't get much beyond the line. A yard at most. Up from the secondary, and it's Rakestraw on the tackle.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Here's a handoff up the gut. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle. Only a couple of yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
So a crazy first half has finally reached the 2-minute warning. And it's the Blues with 7 to go here on 3rd down.
Let's go.
Throwing now off play action. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got 4th down. Here's Jake Moody for the field goal. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. Moody knocks it through. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Chooses to bring this one out. Oh, he lost it on the hit. And the fumble recovery is made. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Before he can really break that return, they're on him to force the fumble and take away possession.
When you get that fumble inside the 20, it means one thing, Kate. Those guys were running with hair on fire. In fact, if you watch a lot of these special teams and kickoff units, you will see them running down the field on touchbacks. It's almost like they're sprinting to the finish line. They sprinted, and they took the ball away to boot.
And he gets a few on the plunge forward. Second down now, 7 to go.
Ready? Unlock Ryan. Unlock Ryan. Check smash. Check smash. Huh.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he bowls through the defense for a touchdown. The Blues grow their lead just before halftime. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
And the kick is good, and we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Set.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That's completed right side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
First and 10 after that last highlight. They're at the 30. Here's the handoff. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Throwing out to the left, Cup. absolutely popped to end that one. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Okay, ready?
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And that's caught in the end zone for the touchdown. The Black Knights make it a one-score game before halftime. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Kate. And some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist, and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Let's go now.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Black Knights make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got...
Has a hole left, room to run. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And this drive will start inside the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Go.
Going right side, Robinson with it. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Milton Williams making the stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Throwing off the play fake here. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Ready.
Throwing from the gun. He's trying to go deep again. It connects on the deep shot. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Back-to-back carries here. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Blues take the lead right away in half number 2. On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Blues push their lead to 3. Out to kick it away, here's Moody. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Back now, pressure on its way. Completed to his running back. Keeps himself upright. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper. Shredding the slopes, or a dude shredding a defense just like that.
It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Black Knights grab the lead on their first series of the half. They'll try this extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Black Knights take a 4-point lead. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. They'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Cut for big yards on the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 38 out of the play. And it sets up 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Throwing this back in the end zone. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Blues just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Blues push their lead to 3. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 14. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. Give him 24 on that play. And they'll have 1st down.
24-yard gain on the play. 1st down.
Let's go. Cowboy 18, right here.
Setting up a throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He does it. Touchdown. The Black Knights take a 3rd quarter lead. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Go check. Go check.
They'll run with Robinson. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Another carry for Robinson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Simple dive up the middle. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This time it's a passing play. Complete over the middle. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And it'll give him a 1st down.
Good offenses, okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
They'll run here on 1st down. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Ready? Check out.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. He puts some juice on a deep throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Come on, set. Go.
They'll try and punch it in. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They manage 3 yards on the carry, which sets him up with third and goal at the 5.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult fourth down decision.
Get it. Smash, smash. Hurt, hurt. Hook.
Running with Robinson. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Blues take a lead just before the end of the third. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to fourth and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on third and goal.
To kick it away. Here's Moody. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll take it out to the 30.
First down and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
19 yards. And the point is already first down.
A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. It's just a field goal game right now as we get set for our final quarter. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Go.
Hand off to the up back. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Sometimes it's not about flash and sizzle, Kate. Sometimes it's about old school football. Give your fullback the ball, and he's going to go get you a couple yards.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From midfield now. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up third down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. They go play action here. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth.
Let's go. 19 tight. 19 tight. Good work. 19 wide.
Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Blues take over on his 5th interception of the season. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it right too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
It goes as a pickup of 37 yards, and that'll give them a first down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
And they're going to bring him down after he drives it down to the 7. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Hey, check that. Street. Check go.
Here's Robinson up the middle, and he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Go, Reed. Go. Bring it. Go.
Here's Robinson. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Blues parlay the interception into points. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. PAT up and good for Moody. And the Blues make it a 10-point ball game. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. From his own end zone, here we go. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's going to be 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Tight end going in motion here. 2nd and 10, and they'll stick to the air. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives them the 1st.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
They've got first down from the 31. They're throwing it. Fits it through the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. He puts everything behind this one. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So that brings up second down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
They'll motion Smith left. Second and 10 now. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Still sticking with the passing game. He's going deep. He's got it inside the 10. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
Well, that's sure one way to take the lid off a defense. Great work to find the biggest hole in the coverage, and more importantly, go exploit it.
Big play sets them up pretty here with first and goal from the 5. Working inside the red zone. Touchdown! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Offense not going anywhere. They want to.
Offense will line up for a 2-point conversion.
They motion the tight end over. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. They'll get another chance to knock the extra point through. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. So we're down to a 3-point game, and now gonna try to get it back in pursuit of a game-tying field goal. And they've got it. No problem for the receiving team. The onside attempt fails.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
Here's a counter give to Robinson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And they're going to have a first down.
Kate, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during a game, and that run, that was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with a twist, and head the other way for a big run.
And it's caught. Touchdown! The Blues make it a 9-point advantage. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to float toward it. And that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Okay, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
That one splits the uprights. And the Blues make it a 10-point ball game. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Hits his running back. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit. They'll motion Smith left. Pass play on 1st and 10. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended target. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
3rd and long for him here. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Toronto. Black Knights gotta score in a hurry. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Now to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Blues will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
They've got 1st down from the 31.
Here we go.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He puts some power on a deep one left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The defense calls a timeout. That's their 1st. They'll bring out the punter here. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Has it at the 45. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. He picks up 16 on the good return. And they're going to be set up in great position to begin their drive. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Throwing now. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still one more in their pocket to use.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back still doing it to this day.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls him back within one score here in the fourth.
He got the job done, Kate. That one is good. Now I think we all ask the question that they're probably asking on the headsets. With one timeout remaining, will they try an onside kick? Or do you rely on your defense and try to pin them deep?
And the hands team brings in the onside kick. That should set them up for victory. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
Ready up.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Let's go.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Cut by Sutton. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
Here he is to throw. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Ready. 7 Pirates. And up.
Looking to throw. He's trying another one deep. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Jake Moody now in a high-pressure spot. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. This one's not looking good, and it won't be. Short and too far left. And they fail to make this a 2-score ball game.
That field goal really would have put the final nails in the coffin, but now this defense, they're going to need to make one more stop to officially close this one out.
All ready.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
69. There we go.
Setting up to pass. Try and push it deep downfield. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
He'll look to throw it. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Blues make one final massive play, and that finishes the win. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And it's going to be remembered quite a bit for the defensive effort right there at the end to steal away the last bits of hope from the opposing sideline with that interception, Brock, and officially end this game. And with Brock Huard and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Blues as we say so long from Toronto.